All Americans were horrified by the assault on our Capitol. Political violence is an attack on everything we cherish as Americans. It can never be tolerated.
That was the only brief mention of the controversy and chaos swirling around President Trump as he leaves office. He continues to take no responsibility for inspiring the Capitol insurrection, which has resulted in him being impeached for a historic second time. But today, on his last full day in office, a steadfast supporter for the last 4 years, Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell laid the blame squarely at Trump's feet.
The mob was fed lies. They were provoked by the president and other powerful people.
And so President Trump prepares to move out of the White House with the very real prospect his second impeachment trial may ultimately result in him not being able to run for president again. Perhaps the final time we'll see him as president will be 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for a military-style send-off before he boards Air Force One for Florida. He'll skip Joe Biden's inauguration and other traditional transfer of power ceremonies.
All of us want to put this awful chapter in our nation's history behind us.
In his waning hours in office, President Trump is also said to be weighing a flurry of final pardons, including one for rapper Lil Wayne, who's looking at up to 10 years in prison for a gun charge.
My name's Joe Exotic, and this is Sarge.
And another for the so-called Tiger King. He's serving 22 years for murder for hire and violating wildlife laws. Closer to home, Trump is also considering a pardon for disgraced former New York Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, who's serving more than 6 years on federal corruption charges. But the real focus will be on if President Trump announces any pardons for close family members, donors, or confidants, like he's done in the past with former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn or campaign chairman Paul Manafort. President Bill Clinton was the last president to have a serious controversy swirling around his last-minute pardons. It resulted actually in a federal investigation, but no charges. Vice President Mike Pence said his farewell address today on Twitter. He hasn't been banned from Twitter. He said, in part, "Thank you for the privilege of serving as your vice president for these past 4 years. It has been the greatest honor of my life." Pence will be at the inauguration tomorrow, unlike President Trump. Corey and Tams.